Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm wrapping up my first year of capsule wardrobes and I will be sharing with you all of the things that I learned so far in this process. It took me quite a long time to finally decide that I wanted to try capsule wardrobes and I wanted to make my own. I made lots of research, I watched plenty of videos to get inspiration from. I read plenty of blogs and articles about it. I was very skeptical at the beginning and I just was keep thinking that it was something that wasn't going to work for me. But then I decided to try it out. And the type of capsule wardrobe that I choose for myself, as you might know already, is Project 333, which was created by Courtney Carver. She's the owner of BeMoreWithLess.com. I'm going to link it below. And basically, the whole concept of Project 333 is just having a selection of maximum 33 items that you switch up every 3 months. So basically, every new season means a new capsule wardrobe. The first that I ever made was my fall one, which I started at the end of September of last year. And here I am a year after. The first thing that I've learned by having a capsule wardrobe is that the perfect capsule wardrobe does not exist. We all make mistakes along the way, either if you're a beginner or you're already much familiar with the concept of capsule wardrobes and you did plenty of them. We all make mistakes. We all plan and we all put together pieces that we think that are going to work for that season, and then something doesn't exactly go as we planned. And that's okay. Every mistake that we make is something very precious that we can learn for the upcoming capsules. Everything that we do in a wrong way or just doesn't work as we wanted is something that we can keep in mind whenever we are planning the future capsules. The second thing I learned is that having a capsule makes it easier to define your style and therefore to choose and combine pieces that go along with it. It is true that if you know already what your style is, it's going to be easier for you to put together your capsule. But I find also that having a capsule and selecting a certain number of clothes is going to make you really understand what is the common point in that selection or what the common points are in that selection. Maybe it's a certain style or a certain theme. Maybe it's the cut, maybe it's the fabric or a certain color palette. There's something in common. Try to understand which kind of points you have in common, which kind of elements you have, and it's going to be easier for you to define your style, to understand what kind of style you have or you want to have, and then it's going to be easier for you to combine and select pieces and put things together in the upcoming capsules. Number 3, it is impossible to predict the weather. If you're lucky enough to live in a place where the weather is constantly the same, then it's very good for you. But if you're living in a place like the city I'm living in, where some seasons the weather can just be all over the place, then this is going to make things a little bit more difficult. The weather was one of my biggest concerns when I was first approaching myself to capsule wardrobes. I thought, well, how can I use only 33 items or even less than that and make sure that all of the weather situations for this season are covered just by those few items? I was very skeptical about it, and the truth is that I was somehow right, because it is impossible in some seasons to predict how the weather will be. And it's totally fine, it's totally okay. When I first put together my fall capsule and then my second one, so my winter one last year, I think that I did a pretty good job. I was very excited that things were working so good because I knew that I was living in a cold place. I knew more or less what to expect by the weather, and I knew that the weather situation wasn't going to make massive changes. So I had those items which I liked, which I know that were suitable for that kind of weather, and I just put them together and it worked. But then when I moved to Berlin and I had to deal with spring and planning my spring capsule. It was a disaster. My spring capsule is my least favorite so far. I think I was too obsessed by the fact that I wanted to create the perfect capsule that could cover all of the weather situations. The truth is that it is impossible. I can always make adjustments along the way, and starting the capsule and see how it's going and how it's working and how the weather is turning out really helps me much more than wanting in the first place to have the perfect weather situation kind of capsule. Number 4, a limited number of clothes does not mean at all a limited number of outfits or options. Number 5, having fewer but better pieces really can boost up your confidence. When back at the time I used to have a gigantic wardrobe full of clothes that were just kind of bit like a weird mixture of different styles and different fits. I was never satisfied about the way I looked when I was presenting myself to other people. That's what I like about having a capsule. I know that all of the pieces I have for that season or in that collection make me feel good. They fit well, I like the fabric, I like how they look on me, and this just makes me feel better. It boosts up my confidence, and I really feel that if I look good in an outfit, if I like the way I look in that outfit, then this is just going to be shown in front of other people. When I had pieces in the previous capsules that weren't working and I was trying to make them work and I was wearing them even though I knew that I was doing a mistake and I was doing something that wasn't really make me feel that happy just because I wanted them to work at all cost, I really felt less confident, and I don't think it's worth keeping one piece of clothing if it doesn't make you feel 100% sure and confident and good. Erin from My Green Closet just made a video about this topic. It's very interesting to watch. I'm going to link that below if you're interested. I think it's definitely worth to invest in fewer but way better quality pieces, something that really makes us feel good in wearing and it's a pleasure to wear. Number 6, organize yourself with laundry and you'll always have something to wear. For some reason, I thought that having a certain number of clothes was going to create me problems with laundry and that I could just finish the amount of clothes available for that week and then, okay, and what am I going to be wearing today at work, for example? But in reality, it's not like that. First, you can wear things multiple times before washing them. I am not the type of person that just wears one piece of clothing and then just washes it right away. And second, if I keep on looking at my clothing rack, I know that I just only have those few pieces. So I know already when I'm running out of clothes and I just look at my laundry basket, I make a little bit of planning for the upcoming days and I know already when it's time to do laundry. So it's not that difficult at all. Thing that I've learned from having a capsule wardrobe, number 7. A capsule doesn't have to be 100% complete when the season starts, but as I already mentioned, speaking about the weather, adjustments can be made along the way. I really feel that wanting to have all of the items that you're planning for that capsule before the season starts is going to rush things up. And when you rush things up too much, then you're more likely to make wrong purchases and to put together wrong elements. This is what I made with my spring capsule. I was too much concerned in having a complete capsule with the season start, and I wasn't that concerned in putting together a good quality capsule. So I didn't make good planning in that sense. And the 8th last thing I've learned from having a capsule wardrobe is that if things aren't working out, holding onto that item that hasn't been working in a while, then it's not gonna change things. I mentioned already that I tried in the past to force myself to wear things that weren't exactly working just because I wanted to make them work. It's a wrong concept because, as I mentioned already, we should be able to wear something that makes us feel good, comfortable, and happy and confident. And if something for several reasons it's not suitable for us, then there's no reason for us to be holding onto that item. It's not gonna change anything, it's not gonna make things better, and it's not gonna give us our money back. To make you a small example, I really love the look of maxi skirts. And if you're familiar to my channel, that you probably know already that I tried 2 different times in 2 different capsules with 2 different type of maxi skirts. It was one worse than the other. It doesn't look good on me. I wasn't very confident in wearing them. And at first I was thinking that it was the wrong type of fabric, it was the wrong cut. And I tried in purchasing a second one, which was denim, a bit more structured than the plain jersey one that I already had. And what I've learned from just by analyzing my habits, my days, my outfits, is just that I'm not the skirt type of person, either maxi, mini, or midi, or whatever. And if I'm going to choose for something that it's not a pant, I will go for a dress. I like dresses much more. I find myself more comfortable and I find them more practical, and I just like dresses more than skirts. And that's okay. There's no reason for us to hold onto things that doesn't make us feel good. I really feel that clothes and fashion are the way in which we are presenting ourselves. And it's okay to make mistakes, but it's even more okay to have fun with it. We just have to be creative, and that's the exciting part I feel with Project 333. We are more creative and we're getting more excited and more original in putting things together in a way that makes us feel excited to wear the same things more or less every day. If you're making capsule wardrobes as well and there's something precious that you learned from your first experiences with them, just make sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about capsules and how is it going for you. I am currently transitioning to my fall capsule, which I am working on, and I will upload it as soon as possible. Stay tuned for that. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and to subscribe to my channel if you still haven't. You would make my day as usual. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!